Finance meeting.
Yeah, this is
It looked like 4 cents. And I went through all that and I thought, well, there's not
Yeah,
any sense.
yes, got the zero. The zeros are missing.
Okay, I can fix this.
All right,
Thank you.
y'all ready?
You're welcome.
Yes.
Finance meeting for what, March 1st, 2021? First thing we need is approval of the minutes of February 17th, 2021.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written for the finance committee meeting for February 17th, 2021.
Second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye. All right, invoices. Anybody have any questions about any of these? And again, these are just regular everyday invoices.
I did, I got it figured out, so I don't have one.
I have a question.
We'll try to answer.
On page 7 of 8, does Steve get Steve Swisher get a salary and then for anything other than
Yes.
that? Okay.
Any expenses that, where he's going to file something or,
Above and beyond.
yeah,
Yeah, the 2,500 just for his,
yeah,
retainer fee.
Okay. I think that was it. Okay, thank you.
We got any questions?
Nay.
You say yeah?
Nay.
Nay. You got $109,830.60 of invoices. Again, it's just regular stuff. I mean,
Just paying bills.
paying bills, got some law bills where, we got some lawsuits, we got, police department still buying uniforms,
utilities.
utilities, a lot of utilities.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we recommend the council pay $109,830.60, please.
Motion been made, do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Madam Clerk, all yours.
Okay, guys. So I'll give everybody a book. And we went through and played the guessing game. And I didn't, sorry, I didn't get around to labeling Charles' books. I hadn't labeled mine as far as where things were at. So the first part of the book, we got our revenue side. And that little sheet that you can hardly read has 3 years records on there, what our budgets have been. And then we take those 3 years and average them to give us an idea of what this year, plus we take what we received in the first 6 months and doubled it to get figures. And then I have sat along and looked at some things that after the average and everything, whether it's more or less, or, you know, for instance, our property taxes, they're certainly not going to go down like we always wish they would for ourselves personally, but not the city. So, as we go through, and then I made a bigger sheet, so as we go through there, we got our property taxes. Of course, they put the average at 99, I put the 176, the same as this year. And then property taxes, I put 1 million, the same as this year, that we're going to receive. I left the excess levy at 521, oil and gas tax at 15, our XL taxes at 393,000. Our business and occupation, I kind of left it alone because I was looking at what we've so far this year, 1.785, 300. Our liquor and wine taxes at 83, I left it. Now our hotel occupation taxes, of course, we only got 1 hotel now, where this took the average, but we did have 2. So I'm kind of estimating 30,000 that we're going to get from the 1 hotel. Our 1% tax that we're getting, it's been 880,000, that's what it was this year, will be this year, so I put it the same. Our fines for our court, I moved it down a little bit, they've been down. People are not paying those as well, so I put that at 100,000. Jail tax, I don't think we even get any jail tax, but I put the 700 in there. License, I put it as this year's budget, 24,000. Rental license at 13,000. Turn the page. Building permits, I left it 25,900. And that may be more, but at least that's a safe number. Franchise fees at 90,000. The IRP fees at 129,900,000.
Explain that.
The IRPs that comes from the state. I guess they pay the state on those. And those are trucking fees that I guess, I'm really not sure, to tell you the truth. I know where they come through the.
Yeah, it's interstate trucking.
Yes. Where they come through the interstate, through Dunbar, and that all comes from the state. We get that from the state, basically. So I left it alone too, 124,900. Those have been coming in pretty good. Of course, we have no private clubs in Dunbar, so I left that 0.
Junior still doesn't have one over here in the old Econo Lodge?
It's not,
That's not a private club, it's a gambling.
yeah,
Oh, he took the club part out of it.
He hasn't had a club in there for a while.
Okay. What
Yeah.
about they still have
The one that's open beside the police department.
I thought that was a private club, but evidently it's not.
besides the police.
Movies,
Somebody wants to.
Yeah, I don't think they pay for those gambling machines. They pay so
Yeah,
much taxes on those gambling
I
machines.
thought they was a private.
Nobody got nobody place to be, everybody's early.
I mean, they get licensed and then they get licensed for their gambling
Huh?
machines, but it's not under the private club, the $300 fee. Park rentals, of course, who knows what's gonna happen there so far, so I just kinda left that $12,000, but right now we haven't been getting anything.
We don't know when we'll be able to open back up.
Right, no, so I at least put something in there.
Okay.
And that was basically, something we get that I put that in there. But aging, we don't do that anymore. We don't have the vending machines anymore. Golf, we don't have, pool. Now, I didn't put anything in there for pool as of now. And if you guys feel like you want to stick something in there, I will. I don't know what to do there. I mean, we can put in 50,000 if you like for me to, but we can come back to that. Okay. There again, Shawnee Reynolds, I put down 10,000. It's, if they we get to start renting those. Municipal fees, I pretty much did the same, a little bit more, 305. Off-street parking, that's pretty much a set fee to 28,000. Rental income, we don't have any Well, we got bingo building. I didn't put anything there for bingo, so I need to add that at the end. So let me make a note here, pool and bingo rental. That would be 30.
From off-street parking.
Off-street parking is, we rent all them parking spots in those lots
Two city lots.
and all along the railroad tracks. That's where that comes from. Refuge collection, I put it pretty much, I put it a little bit more than this year's budget. It was 458, and I put 475 for next year. Charge for services. There again, we need to throw something in there too. That's where we do, people rent trucks from us, or we extra pickup. And the reason I kind of left that, you guys were gonna work on an ordinance, so, we might want to stick 10,000 in there, what do you think?
Yeah,
I mean, judging's been
It'd be a
7.
safe number.
Yeah, it's been 7 this year so far, so, okay, we'll stick 10. Grants, anything grants we have anymore is the JAG grant, that's our officer down to school, which is 15,000. And our critter dinner and a REAP grant that's 5,000 to help pay for tearing down houses. The RHT reimbursements, that's where, retirement health insurance, they pay us for their health insurance. So that's where that money comes from. And that, I put 30 there. I don't know. That reimbursement was $230,000. That was a grant that we had to pay, yeah. So that's not what we did. And utility reimbursement, there again, that's utilities down to bingo, which is 20,000. So then we go to the next page, refunds, I put nothing. Sell assets, I left that at 2,500. Commission, I don't know. Commissions used to be what we used to get off of utilities people, but we don't get that anymore. So it picked up 3 years, so that's where commissions come from. Insurance claims, anymore, I try to get the insurance to actually pay.
Back it up here to commission, if we're not getting it, should we take 1,900 out?
I put, yes, take that out. 0.
Which is that?
That's 385. Same way with insurance claims. I try to get the insurance people to pay them instead of us paying us, and then we take it from our budget. So instead of, when we have car incident, I have to pay them instead of sending us the check and us paying. That way it don't mess up everybody's budgets. Accident reports, left it 4,000. Recycling, we get a little bit of recycling. I must have left it at 1,400. Pensions,
Good
This
question, before we go further.
okay,
With that recycling, is that the $14,000 in profits we're gonna gain?
we get some, we
From the
get,
metal, but does that take into effect with all the cardboard and paper and plastics that we have to dispose of?
no, I mean, that's just our in revenue we get.
Coming in.
Pensions, that fund anymore, we added that when we started collecting the $5. So we were just bringing in $15,000 to $16,000 a month. So times 12, so about $190,000 I put there. That will be income, but it goes right back out. Video lottery, 25, I left it the same. If I didn't like the side of it, I left it the same. And the miscellaneous, I put 10,000. So, now I've got to change my figures. We need, I'm gonna go ahead and put 50,000 down for the pool. No, let me look at the pool.
That was 49.
You can, remember, it's kind of divided between two budgets.
Yeah.
That's what messes you up.
Bob has to keep so many chemicals in it just to keep it stabilized every month.
Okay, so. The grand total is. $6,639,40. That's what kind of estimating our revenues to be.
6,639,000.
040.
What was it again, Tom?
6,639,040, $40.
4 cents.
No, $40, and no 6 cents. So,
Again, you gotta remember, folks, this is a guesstimate.
yes,
It's only right.
yes. The
COVID.
budget's only good as what we bring in, or revenues that comes in.
Well, it's like a pool, we had no control
Right. And all the rental money and,
over
okay. Now expenditures, which should be your next step. And guys, speak up. I mean, I was just going through comparing with last year's or comparing with 2 years ago. Now, for insurance, I put down 1.2 million. Now, I don't know how it will come out. You know, we had a hard time getting insurance this past year. We may come in same, or we may be 10% more, so right now I put down 1.2, pretty much same as this year's.
What page is that on?
Page 1, on the next set.
I didn't get page 1.
Lift the tab.
Lift your tab.
there. Next
Yes,
section,
you did.
next
Yeah,
section.
I did.
It's 1 to 9, then go another one.
It just says page 1. I go to the next page.
Look for, you know, the budget, it says budget request up in the left-hand corner.
Mine starts out with page 2.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, she does.
Thank you.
I didn't think you had it at all. Here, pass that to her. Just that next one.
Thank you.
Sorry. All right. So like I said, insurance, probably gonna have to come back once we get to the end and see and all that good stuff, or, you know, when we do come out ahead, or we can add to it. Mayor's office. Was 134,000 this year. I decreased it to 110. Council,
Where were the actual decreases there in his office?
well, I
That's
didn't,
$24,000, I just got curious.
say the truth, I went kind of salaries. As I'm looking down, if you look down the amount requested,
All right.
88, and this year it's 105. So basically, it looks like it's all been in salaries.
Okay. I don't know why, but I'll say okay.
I don't think,
You
increase, got a salary decrease.
Well, till we get a secretary,
Full-time, she's part-time, so unless we hire full-time, don't need that.
That's what I agree with.
yep. Council, of course, I took out that 55, and of course, the increases of wages, it's 35.7. That's what it would take to payroll, and I think I left $300 for supplies. Somebody might buy a business card or something, but basically, it's gonna take that for salaries. 32 for salaries and retirement and the FICA and workman's comp. Good there? Any suggestion, anything, want to add or anything? The clerk's office, figured out 133. I added another 12,000 to salaries. And I added 12,000 for the audits. We gotta get our audits done, so it's gonna run at least 12,000 there.
Is that what they've been running?
Four each for each year, and we're now, what, 16s? Or 17s, 18s? We're 4 behind. So,
They're supposed to be every year, right?
see, they were gonna do them, and then they just keep,
Yeah.
and then finally they sent us a letter this year, so.
I mean, that
And
was,
then the COVID hit us, and,
that was on them, wasn't it?
yes,
Correct?
yes,
We still have to pay.
We still, yeah, like you said, we still have to pay for their mess up. Okay,
well, we'd have to pay them, even if they come in, but that's why we're behind,
right, yeah,
because they kept,
stall and stall.
so,
That's the reason we try to do a little every year.
right,
Yeah.
we at least try to do one.
Yeah.
They'll do all 4 when they come in.
We hope that when we put that bid out, that whoever will bid on it will do all 4 of them.
Maybe we should just pay them for 1 year then.
They can't. State, there again, the state regulates that. They would really charge us more than what they generally would. Because the state won't allow them to charge it more than that amount. So, end up the clerk's office was $290,000 and 290,275. This year it was 313. So, police judge pretty much left it. The 3-year average kicked it out to 94. I did up it a little bit because I didn't have enough in there for salaries. So I knocked it to 98. There's our attorney fees, our intergovernment council, $2,000, and the building inspector. Any questions on the other? Anybody feels any differently? The building inspector, we pretty much had planned this year for an extra, for a secretary, so, they had it down to 69, but we needed more than 69,000. This year was 108. We made it to 97,900. For building inspector, that's you, Greg, and a secretary.
Does that not count Abby too?
No, that's not counting Abby, because Abby's in the dog catcher. I put her whole salary in the dog catcher. That look good, huh? Building inspector.
The insurance increases and everything figured in that,
Mhm.
the extra people on insurance.
Well, insurance all goes under the insurance line.
Oh, I thought you had about department, okay.
Yeah. it's always been one lump sum there, so. Now, workman's comp is actually broke down per department. Planning and zoning was up to 1,000 to cover whatever advertising or whatever they need there. There's no elections, so that's a 0. City Hall.
I'm gonna back up there with election.
Okay,
$10,000 budgeted last year, no election, but we decreased to $2,900. We spent $3,500 for what this year?
we had election in November,
Okay, so
and actually, they probably didn't bill us everything yet. That's from the election in November,
the
and that's pretty cheap for $3,500.
yeah, I know, that's what I.
I don't think she's billed us, and she may not, she might have got reimbursed from the COVID money. I don't know.
So that $7,000, difference. What's the difference?
Actually, there's,
I mean, because you're showing a
because
$2,900
if you,
decrease.
what this does is kick out, if $3,500 was spent, you double that, makes it 7.
Why doesn't?
Because this machine's figuring it,
Two
first 6
elections a
months,
year.
second 6 months. It does everything, and there's no elections that way. You know what I'm saying?
Not really, but okay.
Well, that column right there is everything, that's what we spent so far this year, it's been $3,541.
Correct. Correct.
And they assume that we're gonna spend that much the second 6 months.
They figure primary and general, but.
Correct.
Well, it's not even thinking it's not even thinking election, it's thinking about everything.
Right, for every 6 months.
So that's why I said, you gotta go through and look at it, because that's not always true, like our license are always due at the end of the year in June.
Right.
So we're not gonna get more, the same amount come, you know. Okay. City Hall. City Hall, all the utilities comes out of the City Hall budget. And then we have maintenance and repairs. Now, we had 60 in it this year, and we haven't spent that. I put 25. I don't even call it, it's probably gonna take, if we need to get this electric done here at City Hall bad.
Water's pouring through the wall out of the electrical box downstairs as we speak.
That
Yes.
didn't fix it.
No, not today, it's coming right through the electric box. It's coming right through that wall. That water's draining right through the electric box. We need to get that done badly here. So anyway, that's why I left 25 in there. I don't know how much it costs to do that, but it may cost more, it may cost less, I don't know. And then I put 15 for supplies. All the supplies comes out of there that's bought here at City Hall and everything. So, now, other buildings, which I didn't put anything in there now, but that is where we pay for houses teared down. So we need to stick a dollar amount in that.
Pay for what?
When we pay any houses tore down and anything that plywood, when we buy the plywood, that generally comes out of there. That's what comes out of that line item. So I think I had stuck 50,000 in it to start with until we see how our money comes. Does that make sense? Buildings and grounds. That's YT and beach, and that's went down since, beach has retired, but still it's 85,000. Put the same amount of money in the maintenance and repairs. and then basically salaries.
And back up City Hall a minute.
Okay,
Maintenance and repairs, you said you put 25,000 in where,
in the maintenance and repairs.
right? I don't see it on my page.
You don't, it's not hand wrote in there?
No, ma'am. So it
Is
goes
your
over here.
35, is 35 for utilities on there?
Nothing's in here.
No.
Red.
Really? Okay,
That's what I kept
those are
looking.
mine. So, yeah, these,
Okay,
35.
Utilities is what?
oh, well, none of y'all's is written, yes.
No, ma'am.
30, utilities is 35,
Okay,
and maintenance I put 25,
25, okay.
and supplies I put 15.
Supplies, 15. Okay,
I put 50 in other buildings. And maintenance and repairs. Buildings and grounds is 85.
I got that.
Oh, I did kick out that page.
Where was City Hall again, will you please?
City Hall,
Okay,
The extras,
35 for utilities
okay, utilities.
and 25 for the maintenance,
How much?
25, 25,
All right,
and supplies 15.
15.
did you get other buildings?
Yeah, I got that.
50?
Ooh.
Okay, parking, I put 2,500 back in there. That's basically for our lights. Contingency, we don't know what that will be. Police department. Now, the first four lines, the 711, that is Teresa. It's gotta be kept separate. So I increased that because that didn't cover that, I don't know what, that came short, I have no idea, but it's pretty much the same as last year's.
Okay, it's not in here either.
Well, it's not,
No,
the 41, 30, see that first column, Doug? If you-
41, 37, 35, and 500.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
We don't have.
that's Teresa. You can draw a line underneath that, that's
I did.
711's is
But what you put in there for this year, how many?
the same as it is on the first column.
Okay,
No change.
okay.
Police department, left,
These salaries, how many people, how many officers are involved in this? Is this full staff?
I'm really not sure though, I mean, like,
It's up and down, yeah, it's not full staff.
We ain't nowhere close.
That's right.
No.
oh, I know you're not, but
Oh, okay.
we have put full
Yeah.
staff.
What you allocated to.
Right.
So let's see, I got, if you go to, there's, behind one of those folders, you got salaries. So let's just see what, police department. Police.
Next to the last section.
Right. Of course, that's got the green. 830, take out, we gotta take out 34 out of it. Plus Teresa's still underneath that police department. 830, 884, 34, 6. Eight oh six. It should be right. 796, 284. And we got 771 in there. So that's not full staff.
You wanna write it like this and make adjustments if and when?
That's what I would do.
You all right with that? All right.
I'd leave it just like this, and by the time we get them and they go to camp, and we might not even get these other ones and be back out of,
Pretty fast through.
Is Blaine still counting on that?
yes,
Yeah, he should be.
he's still getting a paycheck.
Who?
Flynn.
Oh. Thank you.
So actually, it's what, down 20,000? That's not much we can think of. I put 20,000 in there for new equipment. Grants, the only grant we have is $15,000 gag grant. So that total budget is 157,026 for the police department. School guards, there again, I left it the same as this year because they haven't been going to school, so we hadn't needed them, so.
But when that does come about, is that 3 guards?
That's two, I'm pretty
Route
sure.
25 and,
School
Valley
guards
Drive and up at
State Street.
8th Street.
Okay.
on the main road,
That one
25.
around here. That one right here at the Methodist Church, she retired or resigned and has not been replaced.
Fire department, pretty much left it, 1.6 million. Although we're gonna have to, and I need to really analyze the pension contributions before next council, because we've got 2 more going on there, and we wanna make sure we're putting this enough in there, a little bit more to still continue building that. But we don't wanna get behind on that at all. So I've got to work on that, and see exactly what we're spending now, and then we got 2 more probably that will, 1 for sure, probably 2, so we wanna make sure we're putting enough.
You're talking about the funding retirement, right?
Yes,
This
how
is-
we took over the retirement. We don't wanna bring in 100,000 and pay out 100,000 every month, we're not gonna get nowhere.
Yeah.
So we got to build it, so I've got to really study that one and make sure we cut it out.
This is Chief Thornhill's the second disability happened yet, or is it still in the
I
process?
know the appointment is scheduled, I think this week. The second appointment would be the final. I think that's scheduled this week.
Okay.
I don't have that date in my head, but I know that we did verify that the second appointment did finally get scheduled.
And that'll be decided then.
I'd say you'll have something maybe within 2 weeks or so.
Dog warden, of course, that fit. I put, is it, that figures on there? 23,000 for salary, in total 27,500 for salaries, and then I put like $1,000 for auto maintenance, $1,000 for equipment, 2,000 for tires and gas, and then our contribution of.
We don't have anything
I
on
know,
that.
I'm okay. Well, did you write that fast? Did you write that fast? No.
Let's go with salary.
Salary at 23.
Even.
Well, and then 2 for FICA and 2,500 for retirement,
So it'll be 20,
27,500.
okay, thank you. Okay.
I don't know what there was ever a contract, professional service, but I don't know what that was. Of course, that's when we used to split everything, Nitro.
Automobile maintenance.
Yeah, automobile maintenance,
How much?
1,000.
How much?
1,000.
One of.
He's yelling at you, Mike.
Equipment,
I'm used to it, I'm married.
equipment, 1,000. Tires and gasoline, 2,000. And 4,800 for our contribution to the animal shelter,
Got that?
for a total of 36,300.
Got that.
All right.
Police reserves, 8,000. Street department left it 6,400, the first column. Left everything as the first column.
The bottom line is 649,700.
Yes, sir. Street lights, 40,000.
Yeah.
Must be down a little bit, but that'll probably go up.
Half of them never work, so we're not using electrical.
Is that what it
They're
is?
paying.
It's,
Still charged.
I know, First Street.
even when they don't work?
Yeah.
Yep, First Street light.
And I sent them a list of about 6 last week, and they haven't done nothing with those on Route 25.
Snow removal, I upped it to 10. Instead of 6,000, I upped it to 10. Street construction, at this point, I put 0 until we see what we have left and what we wanna do.
What do you mean?
Street construction, there's
Like
5,
the paving.
this year we had 300,000 in there.
Where?
I put 0 at this point, so we see what kind of carryover, what kind of money,
Okay, the carrier, okay.
and then we'll add to it. The sanitation department, I left it the same as the first column.
483,950.
Yes. MS Core, I put 2,500 in there for little things that they might, who knows what. The DEA. Parks and Restoration. Okay, salaries, I got 140. FIFA, 12,000. Retirement, 10,000. Utilities, 62,000. Maintenance and repair, 25. Now there again, I don't know why there was 49 in there in this. And I really don't know what kind of maintenance and repairs we might need. Other than we got all those houses and,
Well, now, we were talking about heating and cooling down at
Rec Center.
Could that not have been the money that we
it,
were talking
it
about?
could have been the 49,
Yeah,
it could have been.
I think that's what that is, we were supposed to put it separate.
Right.
That's what that is.
I mean, so far this year, they've spent 31,000 already. This year. I don't know.
Parks and Recs.
That's what, that next column is what we've actually spent. First 6 months, it's been 31,600. What we, roof,
Okay.
How do that pool stuff?
no, that's new equipment.
Oh.
This is maintenance and repair.
Do we need?
Did your roof get repaired?
I think it did.
The roof down
I think
there?
the roof did have to get redone.
Yeah,
The one over the gym they did.
No, that's new equipment. That's probably what it was, the roof, that is.
And don't forget, there also, did we do it out of last budget, or we had some left over from the house out in Limestone? We were doing repairs out there, I think some came over unless you budgeted into last year, I can't remember.
And we did some tree work down there too for next summer. We took down, was it 3 or 4 sycamores?
Probably between the trees and the roof is probably what we spent 31 on. So anyway, I put 25 in there for time being. All the maintenance, I put 3,000. Professional service, what do we have for professional service?
Professional service right now, we got the quarter john up to the lake.
Okay, so I put 3,000 in for that. For workman's comps, runs about 8,000. I put 10,000 in for supplies, 5,000 in for gas and tires.
Ran out of room.
Resale, that needs to come out of there, because we don't have that anymore.
Yes.
5,000. And put 20 in there for new equipment. They're gonna went back to 17, 18 and see what we added new equipment, and that's where I came up with 20. So that's a total of 2,098. 298,000.
And if we need to put a certain thought.
You're pretty wrong.
I love it.
The CDC, I left it the same at 99. Sony Pool, I left it the same at 83. The youth programs, I brought it back to the 3,000 that we originally started with. Our library contributions, we haven't, that's been the same amount since I've been here. They keep asking for more, but, so that's been that same amount for the last 5 years. Beautification, $1,000, and then our aging program, pretty much reduced it in half, basically because there's like 55 for new equipment, that was for bathrooms, and then 50 for the floor. So that was 2 big items that we should be finished with on this budget. This year's budget should be over. And then I just kind of, like new equipment, I put $1,000 in, and supplies, I put 8,000 in, thinking if 500 a month for our lunch, when they had that lunch in, if they want to continue on, and a couple $100 a month for craft or supplies, So with that being said, before some of these changes, if you look in the last column, you see, yep. The total expenditure that we worked on was $6,739,757. And our revenues that we estimated to come in was 6.5. So we are $196,717 short, spending more than what we got coming in. Now, I don't think we're going to carry any money over if we keep spending. If we spend the same amount these next 5 months as we did last year, we are not going to carry anything over. That's taken away, not counting the COVID money. We do have the COVID money sitting there, but as far as that's something we got far beyond what we expected to get.
COVID money cannot be used to balance the budget anyway.
Really, it was actually money that was to help supply, to help.
Offset shortage.
Right. Right. So it's good.
Yeah, that's the case. I mean, that's I intend, I mean, that's what I understood.
Right. It was supposed to help for all those shortages that we were gonna have.
And we need to find out if it could be included in that, for sure. Please.
Well, we gotta do something, we're gonna have to put that money somewhere.
What,
Yeah,
basically, all the new supplies can come out of that.
correct.
And all the departments, all the new supplies, and that would bring you up quite a bit of that budget to make up the difference in the budget, which you're gonna have to break into that money. And that money right there is,
Yeah, that's what it's there for.
That was reimbursement for money we spent, yes.
Right,
Or we, yeah.
right, some of it was for what we spent, and salaries and I was looking for. I also put in your, one, behind one of your folders is salaries for every department.
Yeah, we got
And of course, this is no raises in this. That's just what everybody makes and the hours they work and. I was looking for, but I brought it in. I haven't figured it if we bring the same amount of revenues in and we spend the same amount for the next 5 months, actually, we're gonna shortfall $900,000. So we really need to be real careful on what we spend.
We've got 3 road slides hanging over our heads.
Right,
3 slides. Slips.
and I will rework this, and we might need to have, I don't know how you guys feel, but I will rework this and put the figures in there with what new figures, you know what I'm saying? And actually, probably I'll put it in the budget form, put it in state budget form that they give us, and maybe get it to you all, you know, as soon as I get it done, send it to you all.
So we can look at it.
Right,
I think.
Right, so before y'all-
We can sit down and look at it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Yes.
yes, because we need to get it approved here. Everything fell so early I mean, today's the 1st. The next meeting's the 15th, and the budget's due by the 28th, so we can always have one after that too, after the 15th. You know,
You put-
well, maybe.
You put the numbers together and let us know,
Okay,
we'll set it up.
we can have a finance meeting, a council meeting, we have to call special council meeting. So we might need to do it in between the next, before the next council meeting, a finance meeting. So, because council's got to approve the whole budget,
Right, that's right. yeah.
so,
As soon as you get the numbers together, let us know,
okay,
Let's see.
okay,
we set it up, do it.
okay.
And I'd like to get this done as soon as possible.
Oh, yes, me
I
too,
want it to be as accurate as possible.
right,
I don't want to just throw it out there.
right.
That all
So,
set?
yeah, I mean, whatever, like this, like today, for instance, we come up short, what did I say, 196,
196,
we could say we're carrying over 200,000 to make it balance,
saying the dues.
right. I mean, but that would mean we'd have to pull it out, if we would have to pull it out of the CD or pull it out of
Yeah,
you know,
well, we know it's there somewhere.
right,
but-
right, but better not have to do that.
So it's there somewhere.
Because we might want to put, you know, some of that COVA into CDs until we get ready to use it. If it's all more interest. Pardon?
We made them new businesses.
That's true,
It'd be nice.
it's true.
There's one thing
I think we really need to find out is if that code money has any guidelines as far as budget and line items go. Like I said, my understanding was it was to offset any shortfalls within the city. That being said, we got shortfall,
Right, right.
so we need to find that out before.
I'll call the other St. Albans and Nitro and see what they've done with that money.
Good. Anything else?
When the state auditor gives us a better answer,
Good.
Where do you know?
well, talk to the auditor.
You can call him.
Oh, yeah, he knows.
3 million.
Right.
All right. Anything else?
Until I see final.
They got any questions for Connie, on the budget or otherwise? All right. New business. First is the approval to pay an index specialty solutions insurance of $19,351.39 for deduction on 5 different lawsuits.
Yeah.
This is no brainer, folks, gotta pay it.
2 of them will be done as soon as we pay it, they're settled.
They're settled completely. Great.
That's what I was gonna ask.
2 of them are settled.
That's our biggest ones.
No.
Absolutely.
Right. And this. Okay, so we still have 3 on the books.
That's what's in the bank account, right there.
Say what?
I'm passing what's in the bank account.
Well, one of them was a big one.
Somebody's beeping. The beeping, Doug.
I am. I'll take it off the phone. No, here's.
Right in the face.
Okay. Back to the problem of the day. Do I hear a motion to rescind the council recommendation to pay that $19,350.39.
I move that we pay Specialty Solutions Insurance $19,351.39 for deductible on 5 lawsuits.
But you said 2 of them have already been settled, or in the
They are-
process?
They are done.
You'll have to repay it.
After we pay
Oh,
this,
actually paid it, okay. I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Uh,
All right, next is the approval to redeem delinquent taxes for the property located 1309 Lightner in the amount of $4,456.74. Scott, you want to tell them about this?
Yeah, the person that owns the property was, the tax sale was sold, and on the 31st of March, this property was going to be given over to the new person that purchased it. I approached the lady that owns the property, and I had a meeting with her, and we agreed, or I agreed, because I knew that we had set up to make some negotiations with her. She was on a let it go, and another slumlord possibly could have been owning that property. So she owed $900 of back municipal fees. I advised her that if it went back to them, that she was going to still have to owe the 900 fee. We negotiated the 900 off of it. We had a copy of the deed, and she signed the deed, and Steve took it up and filed the paperwork on it last week. So all we need is the approval tonight to buy back the taxes, and that piece of property would be ours. And then we could start the process of demolition on the 2 houses that's been boarded up for about 8 to 10 years.
Years and years. With nothing but problem in them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve to redeem delinquent taxes on that property on Light Drive, 1309 Light Drive, for the amount of $4,456.74, so we can get a clear deed to it.
I'll second.
Motion made, second, all in favor? All right, next is the approval to buy a box of tools for the city garage. Long story short, not to exceed $1,500. And as of right now, there is no real tools down there. I think Scott's got his tools down there. What this would be, everybody's got the price and paper somewhere here. The toolbox, lockable toolbox full of tools. Only be, how many keys given out?
We need 3 of them.
3 keys only to be given out. These 3 individuals will be responsible for these tools. Okay. Anybody got any questions? And again, there is no tools down there to speak of.
They're all green legs and all tall.
Yes. Over the years they have, yes.
50 fingers.
Yeah, I think Frankie had his own down there. when he was-
Yeah,
He did.
He did. What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's when mine came.
Right.
I can't remember the last time we bought tools for down City Garage. Probably been a long time.
Okay, we got a price of $1,500 for tools and box. Do I hear a motion that we send that to council?
Hey, Sharon.
We'll say that. I make a motion that we, send to council $1,500 for the toolbox and tools.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. So be it. Discussion on the new rubbish chipper. Could you give us that info? You get
Yeah, we had it. I don't. Mine's at home. That other thing.
And they were-
During the second, in your packet, it's right behind the, behind the agenda.
Yeah, I didn't get one either.
Got one. I saw it.
There's copies of.
We had these, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I left mine at home.
Mine.
You see his probably.
It's in last, it was in
Well, they
last,
all say country
Right.
roads on it.
All right.
It wasn't in this package.
I was in last package.
Last night, okay.
I left mine at home. I cleaned this thing up.
So you got a price on the 12-inch chipper?
Yes,
What?
they gave us a price of $49,000, and that is state bid price. That's through Leslie Equipment. Leslie does all the mechanic work on it if we need it. I haven't talked to them yet about setting up. They have a plan for like $2,500. They'll come down for 3 years. They'll service all your oils and
Maintenance plan? The old one, you got it back from the shop, is that correct?
Yeah.
It working all right?
no. It still doesn't, the drum inside of that thing and the wheel has wore completely out. So now when it goes to grab them, it doesn't, you gotta push it. And then when it does catch and grab, it wants to kick the limb and kick it into you, kick it up at your face, or instead of it pulling it through like it should be doing, it'll just jump. Then when it does grab a hold, then it wants to flop the limb at you. As far as the blades are in better shape now, but that wheel is just wore, like I said, it's 20-some-year-old chipper. It's just,
We buy this other one, why couldn't we sell that one?
Dang, put it on auction and get rid of it.
We could do one of two things if we bought a second. We take
The original one and leave it at the yard down there and grind that stuff inside. Or you could sell it at the auction along with cars that we gotta get rid of.
and a garbage truck. Y'all want to just think
Y'all
about
talking
this
about
for another week?
trade?
I did not put it on the regular council agenda.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we don't,
I think we need to,
we don't need it right this minute anyway.
okay, we'll hold off. Keep this in mind. Anybody got anything else?
Hey, Mike, what, you had mentioned there was a one you was looking at, had a few hours on it, whatever the, on.
I would have to call and check. That one is only $10,000 less than that one, and it was due. It had like 50 hours on it, but it was in Fairmont. And he said if I wanted to go look at it, I had to call and make sure he still has that one.
I mean, I don't know which one was better. I mean, which one was better machine?
That unit right there is, for that size, about as good as you're going to get.
Which one are you talking about, new or used?
The new one, for that size of machine, you're not gonna find much better now.
That's 12 inch.
And how big was the used one? How much did it go?
The used one was the 15 XP.
So the used one's bigger for less.
But it was used.
It was used.
Yeah.
But when you buy it used like that, you get any kind of warranty with it? You just buy it as is.
Do we know who used it? Was it a demo or something, or?
He didn't say who used it. I'm sure it was a rental out of their Fairmont lot.
That was with Leslie equipment, right? That was with Leslie equipment.
Yes.
They're like, they just built up here.
Okay, let's sit on this one a little bit. You got one you can use in an emergency, I mean, you can still use that one.
You need a motion for that,
Yeah,
since it's on the agenda?
Yeah, well, it's just on there for discussion, so,
Oh, sorry, you're right, okay.
anybody got anything else they want to bring up?
Hey,
Anybody? Last call?
Yep,
All
go
right.
ahead, Chris.
Who?
Go ahead and do it. This wasn't part of the agenda. He got the estimate on that truck which broke down, the rescue truck.
Oh,
Yeah.
The rescue truck, council authorized back at the beginning of December, almost $3,000 repairs in that truck. And that was kind of exploratory at the time. We didn't know. Since then, they attempted those repairs that the city authorized. And the truck still has a lot of the same problems. I can give you all this, or I can spare you a lot of reading. It has a damaged cylinder in it. The motor is irreparable. Well, not irreparable, let me say it this way. A lot cheaper to just replace the motor than it would be to rebuild the motor in it. So where we're at right now, if we walk away right now, $2,244.07. That's what we owe them right now for what they've done to it. They've given me an estimate which would subtract that total I just gave you. $13,167.16, which would be a full motor replacement, and that would include the 29 that I gave you that we owe today.
I just want
So
to
that-
do all,
Includes the 29.
Yeah, what we owe them as of right now, if you chose to go forward with that repair, would be zeroed out, and it's included in the 13,000. They won't double charge us for the.
we don't have that on the agenda. I'm gonna add it to the 15th agenda, but I wanted you all to have 2 weeks to think about that too.
you need to truck
You need
now.
a truck?
Well,
That's what's saying,
You need to truck now, we can add it to an emergency.
emergency.
I can give you an opinion on it.
Well,
And you just have to take it as an opinion. It's debatable whether it's worth investing that kind of money in that truck. It's very, very debatable. And as I've talked to you, if the city is in any way, shape, or form even exploring the idea of moving forward with a new purchase of a new fire engine that would replace an engine and a rescue, then I think it'd be crazy to repair this truck. I think it'd be better spent to use that money that way. If the city's not looking at that, then yeah, I have to have the truck. That's because I can't take the rescue equipment and put it on the engine that's there. It wasn't compartmented or designed for any of that. All that stuff's laying in the back of the firehouse. So every day, if we need to do a heavy rescue or an elevator rescue on a tractor or anything like that, we're going to send somebody back there to load this stuff up and take it back. We can't. Right now, we're operating out of the pickup truck, which we just can't get, all that stuff in. So, yes, I need it, but I really believe that our goals ought to be a little bit higher and bigger. And if those goals are even, remotely part of the discussion, I think it would be wise to hold and talk about replacing both of those trucks and not wasting the money in a 2007 model truck. But if you're not going to do that, then yes, I really, really need a truck repaired.
What you're speaking of is a new fire truck.
Yeah, that would be a rescue,
That would be a
rescue and a fire truck.
That's $190,000.
More like 330.
330?
Yeah. Which is something that the city's gonna have to face sometime in the next 4 or 5 years anyway. That engine that's there is a 97 model. It's gonna start, right now it's fine, but it's gonna start costing us the same way the last truck did. We were looking at $10,000 repairs, and I don't know when that's gonna happen. I can't project it. I don't know. But it's something that the city's at least going to start planning for at some point. And I say that lightly. I hate to see you throw money at a truck that old if you're even considering getting rid of that truck and the other 24-year-old truck. I think it'd be crazy to do that. But if you're not going to do that, then yeah, I need this one fixed.
How soon can it get it fixed? Did he tell you?
It's,
Is that the bumper truck?
the quote on here says
It's rescue truck.
the engine would be coming from Jasper as a reman, long block, basically where they has all the guts and they just transfer our stuff. He put on the quote that the engine is 1 week out from the time they call and order it.
1 week?
1 week
In a
out.
week to get the motor.
Yeah, they can call Jasper and then within a week they would have the motor. And then, unless something crazy happens, I'd say it'd take them at least a week or so to do a transfer and pull out and all that on the other one. So,
You're talking about downtime under construction, about two to 3 weeks.
yeah. And the truck's been sitting there since the second week of December.
Oh.
So if a week's not gonna hurt us,
Yeah, really.
but I am eager to either, get it fixed or walk away
Well,
from
we
it.
need to make a move on one.
It's just sitting there.
Well, let me ask you this, if we decided to buy you a new fire engine that you wanted, how long would it take to get it? 6
6 to
or a
8
year?
months.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So you're gonna be without the rescue truck for 6 to 8 months anyway.
Right.
yeah, either way.
What would it be worth resale value once we fixed it with, you get a new engine, what's that rescue truck gonna be worth selling?
Well, that gets a little bit tricky on that rescue. The rescue truck, you would be hard pressed to get your 13,000 back out of it. You'd be really hard pressed. But there is a complication with that. That truck's owned by the community side of the fire department. But the engine, you'd be replacing, you probably, and I'm throwing a number out here. I'm very confident you could get near 50,000 resale out of that truck as it sits. What hurts the truck is its age. You're nearing what that 25-year mark is about the expiration date on one of those engines, where the internal guts of the pump and that sort of thing have been ate away by water and all these years. But the last truck, the community, I'll remind you, the community fire department just ordered a new truck. And that truck that we had that the city dumped buckets and buckets of money in, we were able to sell that one back to a company. I think it was $113,000, which we still owed, $90,000 or something on the truck. So we were able to get, a decent profit out of that truck, and it had the motor problems. As y'all remember, we couldn't keep it running for more than about a month. The truck we have as it stands right now, I'm confident you can get that out, that may be more. They have to come do an evaluation on it.
The way it's at,
Yeah, so I'm confident you can sell the truck you own now, at least get 50, maybe more out of it. The rescue truck, you'd be hard pressed to find anyone that would give you more than $5,000 or so for that truck, just based on its age, wear and tear.
You're talking about approximately $300,000.
Yeah.
In 6 months.
Right.
Which, again, we can operate, and that's a sacrifice I'm willing to deal with. If that was even, part of the discussion.
All right, let's do some thought.
And if you want a copy of these quotes, I'll be more than happy to give it to you.
of course, it would have to be financed. Did you get payment plans on?
Yeah.
Something for that price?
And there's a couple different options there, sir. There's what we traditionally do on the community center, it's called a lease purchase, which is basically a purchase without the debt showing on the company.
Right.
It's really just a purchase. And we usually do those